Okay, I don't know if this is going to be helpful. I'm going to try and do this. I think part of why I want to do this is it's going to kind of like take my mind off of what's happening. And so I'm having a panic attack. And I've been having these. It's like my anxiety gets to the point where it's so bad I start to shake. And it's my central nervous system. It's just like it's overloaded. Wow, I don't know if you can hear that. So like in a nutshell, I mean, my whole life I've just been like peeling back, layer after layer after layer, and like recently I've peeled back some layers, and I think I've really exposed a lot of raw nerve kind of shit. Because I've never been this bad before, which is ironic because I thought I was like getting like better, only to like find another bottom. And it's like this metaphor. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Lord of the Rings, but it's like the dwarves, they dug too deep into Moria, the mines of Moria, and they released a Balrog, which is a shadow demon. If you've seen the movies, you know what I'm talking about. I read the books. It's kind of like, metaphorically speaking, what's kind of happening here. I've like exposed some things in myself that, anyway, I don't want to. So it's. This happened last night too, and this is like the third. This is the third or fourth day in a row this has happened. Either way, and yeah, God, it's like I'm shaking, like really bad. And this used to happen like when I was younger, and when I would smoke pot sometimes, especially because so the whole pot thing. When I would smoke pot when I was younger, it would sometimes and often it would trigger this reaction where I would start shaking uncontrollably. Because it was just like, my central nervous system is so fucked up, from the way I grew up. And I didn't understand. And so anyway, but, when I started smoking pot all the time, it went away and I actually started getting better. And so in that way, marijuana actually can be a very healing kind of medicine as well. Psychedelics. Ayahuasca. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to finally like confront all this shit. And so I'm kind of looking at like June to go on this ayahuasca retreat. It's in Orlando, Florida. So anyway, I don't know, man. I just maybe like this experience can like help somebody else. Like you're not alone. This is other people are going through this kind of shit too. And it's, some of us it's so bad that we start shaking. Because, it's fear and it's anxiety that I've never resolved and I've never confronted. It's all these abandonment issues. It's this fear of rejection. And that's why I act the way I act. That's why I'm always the one that, I do the preemptive rejection almost all the time. Because it's like, because of this, it's the avoidance of pain and suffering. And I'm trying not to avoid it. I'm trying to just experience it. Sorry, that was like it's like, it's in my gut. It's like, that's where it's the worst. It's like, and your gut is like, that's where you store a lot of trauma and shit. Hopefully I don't sound like a complete fucking weirdo. Look, I'm not ashamed. There's nothing to be, any asshole who wants to come along and shame me, fuck, dude, you're worse off than I am, man. And that's the problem. It's obvious. I mean, I can just scan this area and just there's so many fucked up people here who just aren't dealing with shit. And so, I'm not ashamed, man. This is this is real hardcore shit. Anyway, yeah, that's one of the things. A recent meditation I was doing. I was just trying to remove blocks and stuff, and that's what a lot of this is. It's like you're resisting because you're trying to avoid pain and suffering because those experiences from when you were young of just being hurt, and you don't want to feel that way again, so you resist it and you avoid it, and it's like releasing that, the resistance. And I've been meditating on that kind of stuff, this guided meditation, just for that, to don't resist the hurt and the pain, because that's what's causing this trauma. That's what's making me do all this fucked up shit. That it's my system is literally overloaded. And, that's breathing techniques. That's the other part of this breath work. My nose is all stuffed up from crying earlier. It's hard to breathe. Sorry, that was a fucked up noise. It's hard to breathe through my nose right now. I don't know, man. Yeah, the Balrog. It's not gone, but it's manageable. Yeah, it comes from, it's centered in the gut, and then sort of radiates out from there. Yeah. So the whole ayahuasca thing, yeah, I just want to, I'm going to take that next step, man, and just heal this, at least start to remove all this shit, reset my whole central nervous system. Oh boy. Instead of covering it up, hiding from it, avoiding it. Resist. Don't resist, man. You can't, you gotta let go. I think I'm finally ready to let go. I wish I could have done this sooner. But whatever. It is what it is. All I can say is if you're dealing with this kind of stuff, there are solutions. Breath work, meditation, journaling. Journaling helps. It's really kind of surprising. Writing and journaling. Creative artistic expressions could really help with this kind of stuff. Therapy. Get into all the there's all this new therapy just to release and heal trauma. Microdosing, that kind of stuff. Ayahuasca. Just look into it. Do your research. I highly recommend, he's kind of he's the new thing the new guru that I found, Gabor Mate. Definitely research Gabor Mate. Yeah, he's all about this kind of shit. So you don't have to suffer, man. You don't have to, you're not alone. I guess that's why I'm doing it. You're not alone. Other people are fucked up too and going through this shit and working on healing, because you can't heal. You can't heal, but I just, you got to get away. You got to move away from the Western, of medication. And it's not, the pharmaceutical type of medication, because it's a patch, and it's designed to keep you in the system, keep you drugged up, because, and I say that because, ayahuasca is, a medicine as well, but it's not, to keep you, it's not this, synthetic, it's natural, it's organic, and it's meant to release you, to not bind you to another fucked up system. Because that's part of the problem, man. We just all these fucked up systems that are just designed to fleece you, to take you for everything, and to keep you stuck in this shit, You're not alone, man. You're not alone. There are solutions. There are. And I've made a lot of progress, And this is just, I had to make that progress to get to this point. Because it's a journey. It's a journey. And you got to commit yourself to that, to knowing that this is just an ongoing process. Anyway. Yeah, it's better. It's subsided. I'm not shaking nearly as much. A little bit. Get these sort of tremors in my abdomen. Just do your research, please. Do your research. You can heal. You can overcome this shit, man. You don't have to stay broken. You don't have to stay fucking medicated and stuck in this fucked up system.